Good morning. I am enjoying my morning coffee. I have done all my exercises, done all my supplements, and I was sitting here thinking about things that had taken place in the past month, the past weeks, the past weekend. So I'm going over things in my head, and I'm starting to see things that I never really focused on before. And I'm starting to see relationships in my life and in other people that I care about their relationships, and I'm starting to see where they're coming from. I'm starting to see the good, the bad, and the ugly. And for myself, I see that a lot of times I fold. I allow people to disrespect me verbally, mentally, psychologically, I allow that because I don't really care. I mean, I'm 64. I don't care. I don't care what you think about me. I don't care what you say about me. As long as I am focused on my health, as long as I'm taking care of what needs to be taken care of, and if I am respecting my life for a change. And I am. So I witnessed some things recently that kind of were revelatory to me. They were very eye-opening, and I thought, you know what? I need to put this out there, and for whoever needs to hear it. So there are things when you get into a relationship, or when you're dating, or when you're even at that friendship stage prior to dating someone, before it gets intimate, okay? You're at that learning stage. You need to have your eyes wide open, and certainly you need to be listening to underlying issues or tensions that may be taking place in another person's life that you are interested in. So you're interested in someone that you'd like to date, or you're attracted to, and you're interested in them, and you need to look at the details in their reaction times, the details in their communication ways, the details in the things that they're interested in, and if they have any lingering issues from the past, if they have any issues of self-confidence, lack of confidence, aggression, ego, abruptness, even mannerisms, just the way they speak and the way they carry themselves. So I had occasion to meet an individual who was very, at first, was very overly friendly, like, hi, how are you, my name is blah blah, and I'm thinking, oh my God. And this person was personifying themselves to be someone that they weren't, and I'm not stupid, and I knew that, it was a bit of a play to see if I actually knew this person. And I didn't know this person had no connection with me, but I was being told that they did, but they didn't, not at all. So to me, the individual that was saying, oh, hi, how are you, my name is so and so, they're a liar, because they were personifying themselves to be someone that they weren't, and I knew that. And I was very matter of fact. I don't want to know you. I don't be giving me your salutations. I don't want to know you. I want nothing to do with it. I will not acknowledge a person who is personifying themselves to be someone that they're not, a liar. I will not acknowledge that. And for this person to lie to other people, or to try to make other people believe that they're a certain individual when they're not, okay? There was a few things. So I looked at some of the behaviors, okay? The incessant sucking back on a cigarette. I'm a non-smoker now. I have quit. I'm very against it, and I'm certainly against it when it's around people that I care about. So, that's a kind of off topic for me. So I looked at the incessant sucking back on that cigarette, and I was thinking, this person is nervous. They are nervous. They're not sure of the reaction that they're going to get. And so, they suck back on that cigarette. It's like a little security blanket, right? And right off the hop, I thought, okay, immaturity, lack of sustenance, lack of confidence. Okay, I need no part of this. I need no part of this. However, as the situation continued, this individual got, I wasn't nice. I wasn't nice. I didn't want to be. I didn't want anything to do with this circumstance or this individual or this fallacy. I was there to particularly do one thing only. And it wasn't for my benefit. It was for someone else's benefit, someone that I cared about. It was for their benefit. I didn't want any part of introductions or friendship or nothing with this individual at all. However, I was blunt. And I put it out, my thoughts on this circumstance or situation. And the reaction I got was way over the top. You know, if somebody insults you, you can walk away. You can choose not to say anything. You can say, well, that's your belief, and, you know, we'll just leave it at that. You know, fine. You don't want to get to know me, that's fine. Just walk away, right? However, this individual in their stance was very aggressive and literally walked toward me with such force and such, what would you say, threatening, volatile type of energy that, and it didn't scare me. I've been there, done that. Bought the freaking t-shirt. It didn't scare me. I no longer will be scared by someone's aggression. I will stand my ground, and that's just the person that I am now because I have learned from past experiences. Okay, and you know, I got no problem protecting myself in whatever way I need to, but I also know that someone crossing that boundary and coming toward me, threatening me, is illegal. They can be charged for that. And so I thought, well, okay, whatever, you know. You want to take a swing, you want to do whatever it is you want to do. I'm perfectly willing to stand my ground, but I also have a phone, and I also will call the people that I know. And there would be a lot of repercussions for that. There would be a lot of repercussions because, for one, this person was personifying themselves as someone that they are not. They were also giving the person that they were personifying, they were giving that person a bad rap because that person was not there, but would be blamed for an attempted assault or, threatening, right? So that person would be accused of that. And then their work reputation, especially if they're in a field where they have to be security cleared or they can't have violent tendencies, okay, that person's career possibly would be stained because of something that someone else did that really had nothing to do with them. The truth is, right? So I have no negative feelings toward the individual that this person was personifying themselves to be. I have no negative feelings toward them. However, I do know of a lie that was told, and I want that lie cleared up. I want the truth to be told because that's what I believe. That's my belief system. It's called integrity, okay? Integrity. And a person that will lie and say they're someone else doesn't have that integrity. They don't have that integrity. That it's not a joke. It's not funny. It's not, and when the introductions were being made that I wasn't giving into, I didn't want to know. I didn't want to know anything about this person because I'm not an idiot. I know the truth, right? And so when the introductions were being taken, this individual was like giggling and smiling and smirking and looking at other people to see, watch this, right? And all I was thinking was, you are a complete moron. You are a complete moron. You're a complete idiot. And I am ashamed to say that anyone that I know would be receptive to this friendship or whatever it may be. Okay, so yeah, I was like disgraced. I thought it was disgraceful. So the stance, the aggression, the verbalization the verbalization was like out of this world. It was just out of this world. I have been called a lot of things in my life, but I found what this individual said to me was just hilarious. It was hilarious. It was where, watch the reactions. People overreact to comments, or they overreact to things, or they get violent, or they, give that stance like, oh, I'll get ya, like that's like schoolyard bullying shit. I don't deal with that crap, right? It's like, grow the hell up. Act your age, okay? If you want to act like an adult, or you want to be treated like an adult, act like an adult, okay? And adults have integrity. Well, they're supposed to. They're not supposed to lie. They're not supposed to threaten. I mean, anyone that would threaten someone who's in their 60s, who is an older person, who perhaps, I mean, I mean, even the age thing, I was basically informed that I was, I don't even want to even say the expletives, because they're just like ridiculous, because the age difference is not that, it wasn't that big. It wasn't that big. And, this was done in front of children. Teaching children to lie, okay? Teaching children it's okay to pretend you're someone else, right? So number two is the number two sin. First of all, lying and saying that you're someone else when you're not is illegal. You can ruin their life, their job, their reputation. Number two, doing it in front of children shows that you have disrespect for those children, or you have disrespect for their parents or parental figures, okay? And you're teaching those children that being disrespectful is okay? So the whole thing was a joke. It was a total, complete joke. I'm nobody's fool. I'm nobody's idiot. I know what the truth is, and I know what a lie is. And so, there comes times in your life when you have to just wipe your hands and say, you know what? Everybody has to live their own life and learn their own mistakes, okay? And I wish that I could, change it, but I can't. There are certain individuals that have been pulled into that belief system that if someone is aggressive and someone is, protective, like that protective stance, that they're a good person. No, they're not. Because that can turn on a dime, and that can turn on you, okay? If someone is very quick to react, don't think that reaction isn't going to be turned against you when they don't get their way. Yeah. So, I kind of see this. I see that on one hand, there's stability and security. On the other hand, there might be a sexual attraction, and there might be, that wild side of life, right? So perhaps you're the type of person that is looking for someone in your life, whether you're a male, a female, or other. I don't care. I don't get into that ideology. Okay? So you're looking for someone to love. And we all are. I mean, I love myself first off, myself. And then I love my children. And trust me, I love my children. No matter what. It doesn't matter what they do, what they say, where they go, how they live their life. I will always have that bond to my kids. And there isn't a relationship that will cut that umbilical cord. There's none. I will walk away, and I will allow them to make their own mistakes. But nothing is going to cut that connection to my children. Nothing. Simple as that. Nothing. They have been there through thick and thin with me, and it will never, ever change. And I would hope that my kids, after witnessing the shit that I went through in my life, and the communication and the relationships and the violence that I witnessed and I experienced, I would hope that they would be smart enough to walk the other way from a relationship where they've seen those red flags, okay? If someone is jealous, if someone is overly jealous and they're like, you can't talk to anybody, you have to walk with your head down, they right away want to see what's on your phone, they want to right away know what you're talking about or who you're communicating with or what you're going to do, or they call you during the day when you're at work and they're constantly wanting to know what you're up to, okay? That's control. That's all that is. That's not love. That's freaking control. And it will escalate when you get to the point where you start thinking, okay, I don't want to tell you where I'm going. I don't want to tell you who I'm talking to. I want to go to the mall. I want to go see my friends at the mall. I want to, when it gets to that point and that individual feels threatened by somebody else's influence on you, don't think that you're not going to witness some of those behaviors that perhaps you witnessed and didn't really take note of at first. You need to open your damn eyes. Open your eyes. Take off those rose-colored glasses and look at your relationships in a realistic way. And I didn't. For many years, I didn't. And I suffered the consequences. Now, my channel is about the truth. It's about the real life struggles of a woman who has been going through health issues, who is going through traumatic issues that I'm dealing with and reliving from my youth, from my past, from my childhood, okay? I remember, I have a memory like a horse. I remember a lot of things, and I didn't deal with them. They were traumatic. I didn't deal with them. I locked them away in the recesses of my mind, and I thought, you know what, I can live my life without reliving the past. But you have to basically look at the past and understand, look at it from a third-party perspective to understand how you can fix the things that have happened to you mentally or physically or psychologically, okay? You have to understand. You have to look. I had, what's it called, hypnosis therapy, where I actually was regressed, and I witnessed the child that I was going through the traumatic experiences that she did, and I learned from it. And I learned why I'm so protective of my children. Yeah, I understand that. And I understood it at an early age. So there's that. There's looking at the behavior patterns in people that you are dating, that you are interested in. Okay, look at their behavior patterns. Do they need a crutch to survive? Do they smoke heavy? That's a crutch. That's all that is. And I know because I did it. I had times where I needed that crutch, and I smoked really, really heavy because I didn't want to deal with mentally what I was dealing with. So I would light a cigarette and just puff away, and I think it was 2 packs a day, 2.5 packs a day. I almost killed myself with the smoking. Yeah. So what I'm telling you is those are crutches. That means that that individual is dealing with some dynamic in their life that perhaps they're not able to understand. Okay, and so they're using a crutch, and that could be alcohol, drugs, cigarettes. Okay, and cigarettes, I don't care what anybody says. I've witnessed it, I've seen it, I've lived it. Okay, cigarettes is a gateway drug. It's a drug. It has chemicals in it. It is a drug. Don't let anybody fool you into thinking otherwise, because it is. They're all drugs. Okay, booze. Okay, booze has been around forever. Even Jesus drank wine at the Last Supper, right? So it's been around forever. But the abuse of those alcohols, there's a lot of things in life that people can't contend with, and so they turn to those crutches: alcohol, cigarettes, drugs, methamphetamines, those type of things. There's how many homeless people is there in the world living on the street? Do you think they got there by chance? Do you think they wanted to be there? No. They were talked into something by someone else who had a crutch. Yeah. And they perhaps weren't able to contend with the things that were taking place in their life, and so they reached out for more of that crutch, and that's how you get addicted, more and more and more, right? You have to know when to say enough's enough. I looked in the mirror and I looked at myself and I said, yeah, I don't like that person. I don't like the fact that I need a cigarette when I wake up in the morning. I don't like the fact that I can't control my life without having a cigarette. And when I tried to quit, I'd get aggressive, I'd get angry. It's from the chemicals. It's not because that's who I am inside. It's from the chemicals, the shit that was being put into my body. So yeah, this video is kind of going all over the place, but the basic contention of this video is to tell you, if you're a young person, if you're a young woman, if you're a young man, and you're getting into a relationship and you're seeing things that, you're seeing things that are making you kind of like slip those rose-colored glasses off, heed them. Heed those warnings, okay? If someone disrespects someone that you care about, okay? If someone disrespects verbally, mentally, psychologically, physically, disrespects you or someone that you love, okay? And in certain instances, that may be your children. Allowing your children to hear and to witness things that are disrespectful, okay? That is a form of abuse. That's a form of, allowing those kids to see that. Yeah, I did it. I was physically assaulted many times, and sometimes in front of my children. And it took every bit of strength that I had to look at that situation and say, you don't love me, you never did. And so I'm out of here and I'm taking my kids to safety. And I did that. And so, I'm kind of saying to you, maybe that's what you need to look at. Look at the fact that your children are seeing someone who has a crutch, who's smoking constantly. I had that crutch. My children seen it. The people I dated had that crutch. My children seen it. They witnessed it. Yeah. And to me, that was wrong. And I will pay for that for the rest of my life. I will always remember the fact that I put my children at risk into those situations by living it. I lived it. They witnessed it. It still affected them. I'm pretty damn sure that anyone who has witnessed someone that they care about, and in this case a parental figure, being abused, they are going to deal with PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. They will, they have, it will continue into the future until they see something different. They're taught something different. They are given counseling. If children need counseling because of things they witnessed, get them into it. Do what you got to do. Go to the powers that be and say, I can't afford it, but my children need counseling. So that type of stuff, right? But knowing the risk factors and knowing those red flags, that is important. And one is mannerisms. How do they treat animals? How do they treat people? How do they get involved in conversations? Do they have a better time when they're at the bar drinking? Or do they have a better time when they're sitting with you on the porch looking at the stars? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that these are things that you have to incorporate into your life, sitting on the porch with someone to find out if they really care about you. No. But anybody who's got that aggression and shows that aggression in arguments with other people, and you're witnessing it, don't think that aggressive tendency or that violent tendency that person has won't come back on you. And truly, do you really want to put yourself at risk? Let's say you're a non-smoker and you're dating someone who's a heavy smoker, okay? And there's warning signs all around. How long has this person smoked? Have they ever dealt with their issues? Did anyone that they were close to die from cigarette smoke, secondhand smoke, maybe smoking, too heavy? Huh? Smoking around children, smoking in a building, smoking in your home? What are you allowing? So, they're all common sense things, and it's not like it's like some big kind of like wild story I'm telling. It's the damn truth, and it is. But if someone upon an introduction becomes violent and becomes aggressive and takes that aggressive stance, I'm not gonna put up with that shit. I won't put up with it because I've been there. I've done that. So if someone's going to become aggressive with me, it's not going to end well. It's not going to end well at all. I don't take that shit. But if someone becomes aggressive with me in front of my child, or if someone becomes aggressive with someone that I care about, or I should care about, a parental figure, let's say, and if someone that I know, okay, so-called friend, becomes aggressive with a female who's in her 60s, who may or may not be someone I care about, okay? That's a big red flag. Yeah, that's a red flag. But, pretending that you're somebody that you're not, and then personifying that person as a bum, which is basically what happened. That person was personified as a bum. And I know the person that this individual is trying to pretend to be, and that individual, who I actually have the conflict with, is not a bad person. They're a hard worker. They are not a bum. They don't curse and swear all the time. They do have their flaws. Yeah, they have their flaws and their fears. Yeah, but they are not riffraff, right? So an individual is personifying someone to be riffraff, and I know that they're not. So, it's on that person. It's on that person. And anyone that condone that behavior or that aggressive tendency toward an older woman, and not that much older, trust me on that, not that much older. That smoking booze and dope will actually age you more? Yeah. So just remember that. So it all depends what you choose to bring into your life. Okay, if you choose to bring that into your life, that's what's going to manifest. So, I'm kind of thinking, like, why don't you look in the mirror and see who you truly deserve. Are you jumping into a new situation because you're looking for that love? Huh? Are you desperately seeking love in your life? Are you desperately seeking to have someone actually give a crap about you? Okay? And there are many that do, but you don't see it. Because you're focused on that one thing's in your eyesight, and that's it. Are you looking for security? Are you looking for sexual attraction? What in the hell are you looking for? Now, wouldn't it be nice to get security and that sexual attraction bundled into one individual, right? But you know what? The only person that can give you security and love is you. And I have said this 100 times. You are the only person that can love you the way you deserve to be loved. However, it doesn't hurt to love someone else, okay? Someone who's got integrity, confidence, perseverance, determination, all those good qualities, right? It doesn't hurt to wait. Take your time to heal from perhaps a situation where you had PTSD or where you were disrespected. Heal from that situation first before you jump into something that's going to put you right back in that bandwagon. And my eyes were opened wide. I was in shock. I am still in shock. I have choose to walk away from the situation. I have choose to keep my sanity in place and not to get involved in that circumstance. I've chosen to keep my feet on level ground, and I will watch from a distance, and but I won't get involved. There comes a time when you have to kind of like walk away, and that's what I've done, and that's what I've chosen to do. And that basically, it doesn't mean that this individual has won the battle, okay? Because I do believe in divine intervention, and I know, deep down in my soul, I know that anyone that I care about will be protected by their divine, because that faith was very strong, and it was taught to be very strong. And so, yeah. It is what it is. But I'll tell you, I won't take nobody's crap. And I don't need to be lied to. I don't need to be placated. I don't need to be threatened. That's you can't threaten me. There's no reason for me to be fearful of someone threatening me. I don't care. Because the end result would be, even if I got hurt, the end result would be justice will be served eventually. It will be served. Nothing goes hidden forever. Nothing. And the truth will come out. The truth will come out, and you might get a big shock when the truth does come out. Yeah. If you believed that someone was lying, and so you turned away from that person, or you were aggressive with that person, and then you found out that, you know what, they were trying to save your ass. They were trying to save your ass. They were trying to protect you. And you chose not to be protected. That's okay too. We all learn our lessons the hard way. I learned mine the hard way. Trust me. Yeah. This body has been battered and bruised and misused by a lot of people that I thought loved me, and they did not. Yeah, so I learned my lesson the hard way. I choose to live my elder years free from fear. I will not fear anyone who is aggressive with me. I will not fear physical assault. No, I won't. So, for someone to walk toward me with that stance, especially someone of the opposite gender, to walk toward me with that stance and try to threaten me. I've been threatened by bigger and better in my life. Bigger and much, much better. So there's no fear there. So anyway, that's the end of this video, my little rant and rave. This is part of my healing process. I am not the type of person to hide things. I'm not the type of person to keep things to myself anymore. I speak my truth. This is my channel. And this is my healing. And I won't take no shit. I won't take no crap. And I'm not going to carry anyone else's psychological burden on my shoulders. So I shall see you on the next video. The good Lord be willing.